Autumn leaves are falling fast, reds and yellows from nature cast, each a memory of the year, remembering those we hold dear. As nature prepares for her sleep, this is one beauty we must keep. Love her for who she is always, and marvel at what she repays.
I remember just a while ago, it was sunny, merry, and fruitful. Flowers in the air, music so loud, of cherry and wine, of laughter. A beautiful lady adorned with fruits and vegetable. It was a time of beauty. But right before my eyes, all this beauty is gone. What if it's now a time to die? To die from outwardness, self-doubt, and fear. What if it's a time to shine your light in the midst of darkness? What if it's a time to shed unhappiness and anger, just as trees shed leaves in autumn? With the possibilities of summer gone and winter on the horizon, perhaps we should prepare for its harshness, a time of self-contemplation, of construction, a time to cultivate permanent values, a time to contemplate on fortitude, to gather strength again. Perhaps the reason why the gods gave us shorter days and longer nights. It is a time to finally breathe, another opportunity to go inwards, to find the divinity within us. Perhaps it is a time to die in order to live, a time to meet you, a time to meet me, a time to meet us.
Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other, as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same, and both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.
Frightened of change? But what can exist without it? What's closer to nature's heart? Can you take a hot bath and leave the firewood as it was? Eat food without transforming it? Can any vital process take place without something being changed? Can't you see? It's the same with you, and just as vital to nature. Observe always that everything is the result of change, and get used to thinking that there is nothing nature loves so well as to change existing forms and make new ones like them.
You and I have spoken all these words, but as for the way we have to go, words are no preparation. There is no getting ready other than grace. My faults have stayed hidden. One might call that a preparation. I have one small drop of knowing in my soul. Let it dissolve in your ocean. There are so many threats to it. Inside each of us, there's continual autumn. Our leaves fall and are blown out over the water. A crow sits in the blackened limbs and talks about what's gone. Then your generosity returns. Spring, moisture, intelligence, the scent of hyacinth and rose and cypress. Joseph is back. And if you don't feel in yourself the freshness of Joseph, be Jacob. Weep and then smile. Don't pretend to know something you haven't experienced. There's a necessary dying, and then Jesus is breathing again. Very little grows on jagged rock. Be ground, be crumbled, so wildflowers will come up where you are. You've been stony for too many years. Try something different. Surrender.
In the season leaves should love, since it gives them leave to move through the wind towards the ground they were watching while they hung. Now, when dying grasses veil earth from the sky in one last pale wave, as autumn dies to bring winter back, and then the spring, we who die ourselves can peel back another kind of veil that hangs among us like thick smoke. Tonight at last I feel it shake. I feel the night stretching away, thousands long behind the days, till they reach the darkness where all of me is ancestor. I move my hand and feel the touch, move with me, and who I brush, my own mind across another. I am with my mother's mother. Sure as footsteps in my waiting self, I find her, and she brings arms that carry answers for intimate, awaiting bounty. Carry me, she leaves this trail through a shudder of the veil, and leaves like amber where she stays, a gift for her perpetual gaze.
In my soul there is a temple, a shrine, a mosque, a church where I kneel. Prayer should bring us to an altar where no walls or names exist. Is there not a region of love where the sovereignty is illumined nothing? Where ecstasy gets poured into itself and becomes lost? Where the wing is fully alive but has no mind or body? In my soul there is a temple, a shrine, a mosque, a church that dissolve in God.